Hi everyone, it's Julie here, your pet grief expert. On this video, I'm going to show you a really short and easy technique that you can use when you're overcome with those feelings of grief and upset and sorrow. We're going to use the logical part of the brain. So you may already know the brain has two main hemispheres. One is your logical side on your left, and the other has all your imagination, and that's on the right. Now, imagination is a great thing, but the problem with that is that sometimes we imagine the worst possible scenario. So you may find yourself wondering, well, what if I'd have done this? What if I'd have done that? What if I'd have taken this decision or said that? What if I hadn't have left this person in charge? What if we'd have had more money, or if we'd have known more about the facts? And it goes over and over and over in your mind, always imagining the worst case scenario. And what we want to do is to move that to one side and let the logical part of your brain concentrate on something else. So this is a technique that I use for clients with panic attacks, but I've adapted it so that it will help with your grief as well. So first of all, I want you to think about the alphabet. Now, usually you would start at A and go through, right the way through to Z, and most people know the alphabet off by heart when they're doing it forwards. So what we want to do is to give that logical part of your brain something to think about. Really think about. So I want you to start at Z and go backwards. So if you're anything like me, you can do the first three, Z, Y, X. But then you start to think, oh, what's before that? And you end up going backwards and forwards. So, okay, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, so it's W. And then before that, it's X. And you have to work out and go all the way back through the alphabet. That's what we do with the panic attacks. Because we're doing this for grief, what I would like you to do is to think about the pet that you're mourning. And I want you to think of something lovely, something positive, something that you loved about your pet for every single letter of that alphabet. So if we start at Z, so you might think, oh, you know, my pet was calm and quiet, he was zen-like. And then that can be your letter. Or you could have something completely different beginning with Z. Then you go to Y. And that's quite a difficult one, I always think. So Y, something lovely about your pet that begins with Y. What could you think of that begins with a Y? Maybe it makes you feel younger. That's a bit of a cheat, isn't it? But you see what I mean? So it's something that made you feel good about your pet. Then X. Perhaps we can cheat here as well and say, you know, oh, my pet was extraordinary, which of course doesn't begin with an X, but you get the point. So going all the way back through the alphabet and finding something lovely about your pet that goes with each letter. Now, another thing that we can do is to get a notepad or a drawing pad and do the letters like this so that they're solid. And then start to colour in the letter or draw pictures of something that represents your pet. So for instance, mine was a cat and he was black and he had a little bit of white here. Now, I'm not very good at drawing, as you can see, but I could draw something that I would know was my cat, a little black cat. And then I might draw a cardboard box because he loved being inside cardboard boxes. And then maybe a ball of string. And then fill that up with all the things that remind you of your pet. Now, if you find that you're feeling lost and empty throughout the day, make an appointment with yourself to sit down and go through and do these letters every day. Choose maybe 3 letters to do until the whole alphabet is filled. And then either put them on your fridge or make like a frieze or spell out the letters that make up the name of your pets. So mine was Oscar, as most of you'll know. So I'll start with the O and then just fill it in. And you can put pictures around it, photographs, make it really personal to you. And you can involve the whole family. So if you've got children and they're getting upset and you don't really know what to do with them because you're upset as well, you can all sit down together and choose some letters and fill in and draw these kind of solid letters. And what you're doing is giving that logical part of your mind something to focus on, because you're going back from Z, at least in the beginning. So it's having to work it out. So you haven't got time for that what if, all the time going on. That's so upsetting and makes you doubt yourself so much. Instead, you can use that logical part of your mind to work your way back from Z, and then use the creative part of your mind to fill in all the letters. So maybe you can write in the comments some letters that resonate with your pet. So if your pet was, I don't know, Sammy, then you could write the letters for Sammy and put some ideas, because then there might be other people with pets that use the same letters that were really stuck and couldn't think. And of course it'll be slightly different to yours, because every pet is unique, every owner is unique, but it means that you can kind of share your experience and help other people, and that also makes you feel good. So starting at Z and going all the way back to A. You might decide, well, I only want to do the letters of my pet's name. I don't want to do the whole alphabet all the way back, and that's fine. But you will get some benefit of having to at least work out the alphabet going backwards. And the good thing is that you can do that even when you're out. So if you find yourself, you've got the shopping and you're in the car park, and suddenly you get this overwhelming, upsetting feeling, then you can think, right, okay, Z, Y, X, and go backwards. And by the time you've done that, by the time you've got to the letter A all the way back, you're going to find that you're feeling much better, because you're having to concentrate on something different to the original thought. So I hope this little technique has helped you. Remember, you can get in touch. The link is on the page. If this sounds like you constantly get this overwhelm, I hope this will help you and you can send it on to somebody else that it might help. But if you just can't cope and if it's all too much, drop me a message. Like I said, book the initial consultation and just see if you can explain how you're feeling and see how I can help. All right, thank you for watching. Let me know how you get on with that technique, and maybe you can even do some pictures and put them on my Facebook page for me, or send them to me, of some of the letters that you've done decorated to do with your pet. Okay, thanks. Bye.